Berry.
Thank you very much. I'll be as quick as I can. I've got three things I want to say. One of them is extremely complimentary, so I hope you'll bear with me on that. Basically, I want to praise Camden for all the efforts it made to support residents during the evacuation, all the councillors who helped, but the council as a whole just did a really, really good job. We've seen staff and all the councillors pulling together. We've seen incredible amounts of hard work, long hours, an incredible amount of care for residents and a positive attitude to every single one of our residents, a willingness to be flexible with non-standard cases. It was all very, very heartening to see. The contrast to how the community in and around Grenfell Tower, which I also saw firsthand, it could not have been greater. I will be taking this conclusion up into any reviews we do of this in the London Assembly. I think we've got lessons to learn for London, and I think Camden's are largely positive. I think even the willingness to have this meeting, answer questions from us all in public, it shows that democracy and governance is in a much more healthy state here than it is in Kensington and Chelsea, so thank you for that. Next, I want to talk about transparency. The evacuation and what led up to it is of supreme public interest in Camden right now. We are all being asked questions. Residents have many questions of their own too. I believe that leading up to the review being planned and to help inform it, only full transparency from Camden Council and its contractors is acceptable. This means releasing all documents relating to Chalcots and fire safety now, including the previous risk assessments, any work that had been recommended and whether it was carried out or not in the past. It means the release of information must include documentation from signing off the refurbishment works when they were first carried out. And it means publishing the Fire Brigade's advice last Friday, which I think will also help to discourage any more residents from returning to the blocks, something I'm very, very worried about. I would like an update on how many people are still there if you have that. As part of the review, we also need to see details of fire safety issues that were raised by residents in the years of the PFI, as well as any action taken or not on these. I recognise this information might take longer to collect, but I think the documents that you have now absolutely have to be released as soon as possible. The publication of fire risk assessments online, I heard that you said that the enhanced fire risk assessments will be published in future. I've asked at the meeting we had with councillors that there should be a proper register and a log of works done. These were all recommended by the Assembly's Planning and Housing Committee in 2010. Some councils have did this, Camden hasn't yet. I hope it will implement their recommendations in full now. I also today wrote to the Information Commissioner asking for guidance to be issued to all local authorities, clarifying what the public interest test means now for fire safety information, and to recommend that all councils follow this policy of honesty and transparency. In the upcoming review, I think what's needed is a proper independent review, and that means real involvement from residents. It must be resident-led, especially its terms of reference, the evidence it collects, and the agendas for meetings. So I recognise expert advice will be needed, and council officers will hold much of the information needed for the review. Residents must be in control of this. I hope we'll also see new policies in future that involve residents more fully in running their estates and homes come out of all of this. I've heard the word reassurance far too much in recent weeks. What residents need is not just reassuring words and a pat on the head, but information and involvement in deciding what happens to their homes.